Welcome to another class of PowerPoint. In our previous class, I've shown you everything that you need to know about tables and images. In this class, I'm going to show you about table layout and also the image format tools, what you'll be able to do with them, and how you'll be able to edit your images and table layout just by using these ribbons. So, without any further ado, let's move on to our class, and I'm going to show them to you in brief and each example step by step. So make sure not to skip anything, and let's move on to our class by opening up PowerPoint on our device. So we're back on PowerPoint. Now what I need to show you is about the table layouts and also the image format. So let's start off with the table layout. So whatever layout changes you want to make inside of your table, you'll be able to customize it inside of the layout ribbon. Now, it's not only going to be customizing the way your layout looks like because most of the designs are going to be on table design. But layout is basically going to help you to customize your layout in such a way so that it is geometrically and also statistically a lot better. So first off, you can see inside of the layout, we have select and also view grid lines. So if I select on over here and if I view grid lines and turn it off, you can turn off your grid lines off and on anytime you want. And when you select on this, let's say maybe I'm going to click on this layout and you have the select option. It's going to help you to select up the table. It's going to help you to select up cells at the same time, select column, and you can even select rows if you want to. So when you click on select columns and rows at the same time, it's basically going to select up the whole table because all the columns are selected, all the rows are selected at the same time. Works the same way, vice versa. Okay. Now we have view grid lines turn off and on. Well, this is still not visible right now, but if you have like a blank table, which has no boundaries, you'll basically be able to see the grid lines. Then we have is this delete option, which is basically going to help you to delete up certain cells from your table. It could be columns and rows and even the whole table. Maybe I want to delete columns. So all the columns has been deleted. Now, if I want to delete the rows will be deleted. So if I click on this, delete rows. So one row is deleted. And if I want to delete one column, I can also delete one column if I want to. So one column and one row has been deleted from, let's say, my table. Now, another way of adding up a table is by going onto the last cell of the table and hitting on enter. And it's going to create a new cell for you. You can also click on over here. And you will also have this option over here at the middle. Well, most of the times you might have that, but in certain cases you might not. So make sure to check that out for yourself. You will be able to apply more tables and even more data. Okay, so that is basically how you'll be able to apply tables in certain cases, but in a lot of these cases, it does not work properly. Okay, so I'm going to move it over here. There we go, looking quite perfect. Go off the layout now, and then we have this insert above, insert below. If you want to insert any specific layer of cells on your table, I'm going to select up the table first, and then maybe I want to insert one above. There we go. We have inserted one more column above. Now, what if I want to insert at the bottom? So if I'm going to go off the layout, insert below, and there we go. We have inserted below the cell which we have selected. So maybe I want to apply another cell over here below this. So I can also do that, insert below, and right after that cell, it's going to create another column of cells. Okay, so there we go. We have all of these cells which we need to work with, and I'm going to increase up the size just for this class. Now, the next thing, what we need to know is I'm going to select on this table again, and then we have this left and right. Maybe I want to create one left. Maybe I want to create one right. So this is how you'll be able to create one left and right too. So above, below, left, and right, but there are no shortcut keys, so you have to just press on these buttons. Then we have is merge cells. If you want to concatenate two or more cells together into one, you can concatenate them. So click on merge. So all of these are selected, this whole row of cells. So I can merge them all together into one cell. So all of these data are going to be inside of this one cell. There we go. Okay, so I just typed in a random text over here so that I can show you that this is working properly. I'm going to click on this table again, go off the layout, and then we have a split cell. So you can see that we have merged this cell or this, whole particular cell together. What if I want to unmerge them? So click on split cell, and I'm going to turn them into column. Let's say the column number which I want is 1, and the number of row which I want is, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to type in 7 and hit on OK. And there we go. We have created that. You can also unmerge them if you want to. Select on this part. I'm going to remove this. And you'll be able to create more, like 2 or even more according to your need. Another thing that you need to know about is about the cell size. You can customize your own cell size according to your need. You can also undo the processes to remove out the cell. Now, first thing, what I want to do is fix up the size of the height. You can use these buttons. You can also type in your text like 1.5, hit on enter, and there we go, we have 1.5. You can also fix in the width, so you can fix in the width, and you can also decrease the width if you want to. Then we have is distribute rows. You can distribute the rows and distribute the columns if you want to. So I'm going to select this, distribute the rows, and you can distribute the columns at the same time. Then we have is about the alignment of the text inside of your cell. So maybe I'm going to start off texting over here, but I want all of these texts at like the middle. So I can also select on this part and select this middle or bottom, or maybe even at the top. And you can also select on any of these cells and keep them in the middle, left, and right aligned. So these are the buttons. And for alignment, you'll also be able to use these shortcut keys, such as Control E for middle, Control L for left, and Control R for right. You can also keep them justified if you want to, just by pressing on Control and J. Then we have is text direction. You can fix your text into all degrees, such as 90 degrees, like 270 degree, and even stacked if you want to. Then we have a cell margin, which is basically going to help you to apply the margin inside of your cell and adjust your alignments of your text. We have also custom margin. You can fix in the vertical alignment, text direction, left and right, top and bottom, all of these at the same time, and you can press on OK. And there we go, it has been applied. You can also customize it. Maybe I'm going to keep this at top center. Text directional is going to be rotated 90 degrees. Left is about 6 centimeters. Right is about, let's say, maybe I'm going to keep it like around 3.2 centimeters. Top is 3 centimeters or 0.3, 2 centimeter. Press on OK. And this is how it should look like. I'm going to undo this just for now, and you have to try it on your own. Then we have is the table size. You can fix in the table size if you want to, just like this. It's going to fix up from all sides. You can also fix in the width and also the height at the same time. You can lock in the aspect ratio so you don't have to customize it, or you don't basically have to maybe non-aligned, a size. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. There we go. So you'll be able to lock up aspect ratio, and you can also unlock it anytime you want. But it's going to have the exact size, and both of them are going to be working together. Like if width increases, height is also going to increase. If height increases, width is going to also increase, and vice versa if it is lowering. Then we have is the bring forward, send backward, and selection pane. Well, all of these options which you see over here are basically part of the selection pane, such as bringing it forward and backward. So when you want to bring it forward, it's going to bring forward one element one step above. So I'm going to just insert any shape over here. There we go. We have this one and we have this two. So you can see this is at the top, right? So if I just send this to back, send to back, it's going to go back once. I'm going to apply another shape just in case to show it to you. So maybe I'm going to keep this one step upwards. So I'm going to click on this, bring to forward, bring to forward. You can bring them forward. There we go. It has been brought to forward. And you can press on that again, bring to forward, and it's going to just move on one step. But if you want to send it all the way at the top, I'm going to click on this square over here. I'm going to click on bring to front, and it's going to be at the front, which is going to like show you that it is at the top. So I'm going to click on this over here again, and I'm going to click on this table over here. It is basically the same. You can also send it just the same way back. So if I just send it to backwards, it's going to go all the way back, or it's just going to go one step back. Okay, so select on this again. And if I just send it to back, it's going to go all the way back. Okay, so this is how it will work. Now let's go off the layout again, and selection pane is basically the same. You will be able to fix it up, oval, at the top, or at the middle. So I'm going to go over here on layout again. And then we also have line left. Then we also have like align center, a vertical, and all of those over here, align to slide. You can fix that up. And then you will be able to group up your table and also rotate your table according to your need. So now you know everything that you need to know about the table layout. The next thing, what we're going to learn about is going to be about the image format. And there are a lot of things to learn in the image format. So first off, select on the slide and select the image which you want to customize, and the picture format ribbon or the menu will open up on your screen. Now, the first thing what you have to do, or first thing which we have over here, is to remove background. Now, if you want to remove the background of any image and keep only the subject of the image, click on remove background. And obviously it is AI powered, so it's going to take a bit of time, and obviously it's not going to be as perfect as image editing softwares, but you will be able to see these options of mark areas to keep. So I'm going to keep this specific area to keep. And obviously this area has been kept. And there we go. The rest of the stuffs has been removed. Okay. So this is how it should work. I'm going to also keep this part over here. There we go. It is totally perfect. And I'm going to click on keep changes. And there we go. We have removed the background of that image. You can also do the same thing over here, but we don't see any specific subject over here. And it's not going to easily detect of the subject. It's not going to work perfectly. So if you have any image where you can see the subject perfectly and can be distinguished very easily, you can try out background removal, and you'll be able to customize it, add in, remove anything you want. The next options we have over here are about the adjustments. If you want to adjust your images or even your subjects, just use these tools. First off, we have is correction, which is basically going to help you to fix out sharpening or softening of the image. You can see we have softened it up or sharpened it up. You can also go off the right side, and it's going to sharpen it up at the highest. You can also fix in the brightness over here, brightness and the contrast. You can fix it up. You can see this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. I'm going to keep this over here just like this. And I'm going to keep it just the way it is. So I'm going to keep it at the middle. So this is how it is. So I'll be able to check out how these other brightness and contrast effects look like. So I'm going to keep this one just in case, because there is like really low contrast and really high brightness to it. Not even high, but yeah, everything looks quite good. The white balance is perfect. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Then we have is color filters of Microsoft. So there we go. We have color saturations. You can fix up the saturation if you want to. There we go. This is how it looks like. So I'm going to increase it just a bit so it looks a lot more better. You can fix in the color tone. You can either keep it on the bluer side, or you can keep it on the higher side, which is going to make it look a lot more yellowish, which is going to make it look a lot more warmer. So I'm going to keep this a bit, let's say cooler. So I'm going to keep it temperature around 5,900 Kelvin. So this is how it should look like. And then we also have recoloring effects, such as maybe blue, or maybe even accent of gold. Then we have is orange. Then we have is blue accent. We also have another blue accent, green, and so on. You can also turn them black and white like this. And you can also have blue gray. Then we have this over here. So you can just move on step by step. And if you want more variation, just click on more variation and you'll be able to select any color. You can use the RGB panel to actually select up any color from the whole thing. And you can also use the hex codes. We have also transparent color, which you'll be able to use. So I can use a specific transparent color to make it look a lot more better. Then we also have like picture color option. You can also fix in the saturation, the presets like temperature, then the picture transparency, the cropping. You can also fix all of them up. Maybe I want to fix in the transparency a bit. You can fix in the width and height, and all of these are basically the same. So I'm going to be skipping these out. So there we go. We have offset X and Y. You have the crop position. You have the height, the left side, the top side, right side, and everything that you need to know about adjusting your image and making it look a lot more better. Okay, there we go. This is how it should look like right now. Okay, the next thing what you need to know is about the artistic effects. There are a couple of artistic effects filters which you will be able to apply on your image. So you can see this is how it looks like, this is how it looks like, but obviously all of them are not applied until you click on any one. So maybe I want to keep this mosaic bubbles or something like a film grain. Film grain looks quite good, so I'm going to keep the film grain. So click on it and it will be applied. And you will also be able to cut certain parts out just like this. Okay, there we go. This is how it should look like. Okay. Now, if I just press on shift, I'll be able to, congest it or increase it anytime I want to. Now, the next option which we have over here is about the transparency. So you can also fix in the transparency. You can go off the more transparency option and fix it up on a scale from 1 to 100. Then we have is compress picture. You can also compress your picture into different PPI modes to actually make it more compatible in certain devices, or maybe even make it more compatible and easy to transfer. The next option which we have over here is change picture. If you want to replace your picture or change your picture, you can do that. So maybe I want to change this picture into something else. So if I click on this, click on change picture, maybe I want to use from this device. So I'm going to use this and the picture will be replaced. It's not going to keep any trace of the previous picture. It's just basically going to be replaced. Okay. Now the next option which we have over here are the stock images, online sources, and even icons. You will also be able to replace your image as an icon. So I'm going to click on that, insert, and this picture will be replaced with an icon. Okay. The next option which we have over here is reset picture. So I can also reset any specific picture into how it was on default. There we go. And you can also reset picture and the size. So the cropping, like, the sizes and the measurements will also get back to how it was on default. So basically we are done with reset pictures and also the sizes. The next option awaits are the picture styles. These are also kind of like quick applications of different formats or different, pictures like styles. So you'll be able to apply them anytime you want to. Maybe I want to use this or this or this. You'll be able to apply any one of them as a border, and you can make it look a lot more better too. So I'm going to keep this just in case. There we go. Looks really good. Doesn't look that bad. And you will be able to extend up the whole thing and use whichever one you prefer. So I'm going to keep maybe the previous one or maybe this one. Looks quite good. Okay. I'm going to click on this again. And the next option which we have are picture border. So you can fix in the border color. Maybe I want to use this eyedropper to fix any color. There we go. Looks quite good. Or you can also keep it white if you want to. There we go. And you will be able to use recent colors, no outline, like more outline colors. And you can also fix in the weight. Then you can also fix in the sketches if you want to, but not on images most of the time because it is not available. But you can also obviously use dashes. I'm going to use this. And if I go off the picture border and select a color, it's going to have that application. But as we have applied this specific, style, it's not basically visible. Okay. The next option is picture effect. You can apply these effects over here on these images. Maybe I want a bit of glow outside and it will be applied. Soft edges. You can also apply soft edges. You can apply bevels. You can also apply 3D rotation. Okay. This is how it works. And obviously we have picture layout into specific, kind of like a smart art graphic, which you'll be able to apply. And this is how it should look like. Select up anyone. And there we go. It has turned into a smart art graphic. And you'll be able to put in your text of this. You'll be able to create more lists. There we go. More lists and more images at the same time. I'm going to click on this image again. I'm going to remove the smart art graphic. I'm going to go off the picture format. I'm going to just undo all of these processes. So this has turned back into an image. So the next option which you have is alt text. So you can apply a bit of alt text to whatever you want image as or whomever you want to send it to. So this is kind of very helpful for people who actually upload these stuffs or even send these stuff to other people, and you'll be able to describe your image just the way you want to. Then we have the selection pane, alignment, group, rotate, and the easier method of cropping your image is basically this. Click on crop and you'll be able to crop up your image. Hit on image will be basically cropped out. So this is all you have to know about, let's say, the table layouts and also the image formats and the tools which you need to use and how you'll be able to use and what type of changes it's going to bring to your project. So I would suggest you fiddle through these options or fiddle through the interface of PowerPoint and check those options out and functionality out with your own or on your own, so you get more familiar and also skilled at the same time. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end and hope you understood about everything in this class. If you have any confusion or any question about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So without any further ado, let's move on to our next class of PowerPoint.